Before we begin our analysis, an important disclaimer. Market returns are never guaranteed, but when we do the research properly, we get an edge in the market. But risk management cannot be ignored. Today, we are doing a deep dive on Nvidia and AMD. These two companies are at the heart of AI revolution. Every trader, investor, and even tech enthusiast wants to know which one is better positioned and how they look fundamentally and technically. Stay with me. First, I'll simplify the fundamentals so that even the beginners can understand. After that, we will visit the chart to understand the price action with the help of multiple time frame technical analysis on the charts. Let's begin to explore further. Context: the AI race. Nvidia and AMD are direct rivals in semiconductor space. Nvidia, that is NVDA, is clear leader in AI chips. Its GPUs dominate data centers and AI training workloads. Big tech companies, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, all line up for NVIDIA's high performance GPUs. AMD, Advanced Macro Devices, is the challenger. It is strong in CPUs for data centers and PCs and is now pushing aggressively into GPUs and AI accelerators. So the race is on. Nvidia is equal to the incumbent king with dominance and profitability. AMD is equal to the challenger with potential upside if it can grab AI market share. This context is very important because when we compare valuations, we must remember that Nvidia is priced as the leader and AMD as underdog. Valuation at current market price. Let's keep the beginner friendly. Think of a valuation matrix as a way to check whether the stock looks cheap or expensive compared to its earning and assets. Number one, price to earnings multiple, that is known as P ratio. Nvidia's P is about 51.8, almost equal to the industry's average of 51. AMD's P is much higher at 92.4, far above the same industry average. What this means, at the current earnings, Nvidia is priced closer to fair industry level, while AMD looks expensive because its earnings are still catching up. Price to book ratio, that is PB ratio. Nvidia PB is equal to 44.8 versus industry PB of 68.3. AMD PB is 4.4 versus the same industry PB of 68.3. PB tells us how the market values a company compared to its net assets. Both look below the industry PB, but remember, tech firms usually trade at premium PBs because of intellectual property. Returns on equity, ROE. Nvidia ROE stands at 119.2%, way above the sector average of 68%. AMD ROE is just 2.9%, far below. Return on equity tells us how efficiently a company uses shareholders' money. Nvidia is generating huge profits on its equity. AMD is still struggling there. 1 year forward, EPS growth forecast. Nvidia plus 50.5% EPS growth expected. AMD plus 17.8% EPS growth expected. This is quite crucial. Analysts see Nvidia's earning growing much faster than AMD in coming year. PEG ratio, that is price to earning to growth ratio, that is PE divided by growth. This adjusts PE for growth. Nvidia PEG calculates to 51.8 divided by 50.5 is equal to 1.02, almost fairly valued considering its high growth. AMD PEG ratio calculates at 92.4 divided by 17.8 is equal to 5.2. Looks overvalued related to its growth. Simple takeaway. Nvidia's High P is justified by high growth, while AMD's high P is not supported by its slower growth. Institutional holding. Nvidia 67.75% holding is there with the institution, unchanged in the month of September 2025. AMD 65.66%, also stable. Large funds and institutions are invested in both, but Nvidia has slight edge in the ownership. Wrap up of fundamentals. So if we simplify, Nvidia is expensive but justified by its growth and market leadership. AMD is more of a catch-up story. Valuations look stressed until earnings improve. Now, fundamentals set the stage, but the markets do not always move only on the basis of fundamentals. That is why price action and technicals matter for timing. Transition to the charts. Let us now move to the charts of Nvidia and AMD. We will study price action using multiple time frame technical analysis, that is a top-down approach, monthly to weekly to daily, to understand trends, key support and resistance level, and whether momentum favors one over the other. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel. You have a QR code right at the top corner, left corner of this screen. Now let us first discuss the Nvidia and discuss the historical price action, especially for those who are beginners in the stock market, can understand how a company evolves and which is reflected in the price chart. Therefore, we are talking about the historical price action. Look at here, there was a sharper fall in the year 2007, and then there is a formation of a rounding bottom pattern and there is a breakout. This pattern took from the 2007 to March 2016 for a final breakout. So this was a multi-year formation and a breakout which was pretty powerful. And when this breakout took place in the month of somewhere around March 2016, the price was trading less than $1. It was precisely at $0.83. And then see, there is a parabolic rise. What was important during this formation? The market structure was higher lows. Can you see here? Then you can draw another trend line. Market structure was higher lows, indicating the bulls are coming in control slowly and slowly, and finally it became the rounding bottom pattern and a breakout. So when there is a breakout of a rounding bottom pattern, which is considered technically as a strong pattern, the risk usually is less because this neckline becomes the support. So we can use the ATR based stop loss to design a trading strategy or investment strategy. Then I'll show you another way to look at Nvidia chart. After this breakout, the price went from this level to this level without any major correction. There was a consolidation, practically a time correction, minor correction over here, and the price rose multi-folds and it became from less than $1 to $7. Then what has happened? There was a formation of a major impulsive wave and there was a deeper correction in this stock, and this correction took place in October 2018. The correction started in October 2018. If we do the retracement analysis, so the correction finally halted at EMA 55, which had a confluence of golden ratio. Most important thing is to observe that the price during the retracement took support at EMA 55, which had a confluence as explained at golden ratio 61.8% retracement level. And then again, what we can see after this downtrending move, there is a formation of double bottom, and the apex of the double bottom was here, which got broken out over here. And then price, which had made a $7 high, now has reached with a massive impulsive formation to as high as around $34. We can see the formation of yet another impulsive wave. Then again a major correction took place and price took support again at EMA 55. Similar kind of price action can be seen, and again there was a rally with a minor correction and minor dip and consolidation. So Nvidia currently is trading at all-time high. This is the weekly price chart. We can see the continuation chart pattern. There is a cup and handle pattern with a consolidation. There is a handle portion, gave a breakout. So yet another continuation chart pattern. This is the daily price chart. In the recent time, it was in a downtrending move. Price was trading below all critical moving averages. Then what has happened? It turned the market structure to higher highs and higher lows. There is a golden cross over here, and the slope of long-term moving averages started inclining up, showing the strength in the trend. Now, this is the monthly price chart of AMD. What we can see here too, there is a tendency to take support at EMA 55. What does it mean? EMA 55 in monthly time frame is acting as a dynamic support. It has done it here, it has done it here, it has done it here. But in case of AMD, it is still trading below its all-time high, but taking support at critical important short-term moving averages. This is the weekly price chart. We can see the recent time major corrections over here. And then what has happened? This area is acting as a supply zone. Price got rejected here, price got rejected here, price got rejected here. So once it takes out the supply area, which is around $173 to $185 is the supply zone. Once it takes out this supply zone, against this short-term trending move, there will be a breakout of an inverse head and shoulder. This could be potentially left shoulder, head formation, and probably right shoulder is under formation. Once it gives a breakout, then we might see momentum building up in AMD too. This is the daily price chart of AMD. The structure was lower highs and lower lows kind of market structure, downtrending move. Price was trading below all critical moving averages. Look at the slope of long-term moving averages. All were inclining down. Now the market structure has turned higher highs and higher lows kind of market structure. There is a golden cross also, and all moving averages, long-term moving averages have started turning up. You can see the slope of SMA 144, SMA 200 and SMA 233. Of course, SMA 233 has started flattening up. Now, maybe it will also start inclining up. So the trend has reserved and it is also trading in the markup phase. So both the stock, Nvidia and AMD are trading in the markup phase. But Nvidia is trailing at all-time high while AMD is yet to catch up. Conclusion. Nvidia clearly stands out on fundamentals while AMD offers potential if it executes on AI. But remember, charts often tell us the real story about the timing. If you want to learn technical analysis step by step in simple English, check out my Zero to Hero series on my main channel, DK SINHA. The link is given in the description. Learning never stops with DK SINHA.
Let's start with this stock market 101 video.
Good idea. It covers the basics.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then maybe the common mistakes one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we avoid those.